9 new COVID-19 cases were confirmed today, the lowest since March 17th, when 9 were reported as well. Today's count included 3 cases in the community, with 1 linked to previous infections and 2 currently unlinked. There's also 1 unlinked case from a migrant workers' dormitory. Now, according to our checks by our colleague Rei Kurohi, from the time a case is first reported as unlinked, it's taken an average of 3.2 days to establish a link to at least one other case. Now, for cases linked to clusters, it has taken an average of 4.5 days to find the link. Well, Rei is here to tell us more. Welcome to the show, Rei. Why did you choose to focus on unlinked cases, and how did you go about doing it, having to crunch weeks of data?
Well, Harianto, as you know, the unlinked cases every day, they are a cause for concern for the authorities, not just this year, but also last year in the lead up to the circuit breaker. So it's these unlinked cases that are cause for concern because they signal that there are these undetected cases in the community, because we know that they probably are linked, and it's a matter of how can we find those links. So when we looked at the current outbreak, which started around April 28th, now that was the day that the index case for the Tan Tock Seng cluster was first reported. This doesn't mean, of course, that the Tan Tock Seng cluster is linked to all of the cases in the community, but it was around that time when the case numbers started to tick upwards. So we really wanted to just get a good look at the case numbers, specifically the unlinked cases, and find out, even though they've been unlinked at the time of reporting, how long does it take to find the link?
So, Rei, why is it important to keep track of the time it takes for unlinked cases to become linked, whether to a previous case or a cluster? So for today, 3 unlinked cases. So based on the finding that you have discovered, that would take about an average 3 days to 4 days to get it linked?
Well, the unlinked cases over time have come down. As you mentioned, today there are 3 unlinked cases, and in the past week or so, the average is about 2 cases a day. There are days, of course, where there are 0 unlinked cases. So as we watched the case numbers tick up in the previous weeks, I think it was a cause for concern for many to see that there was a certain number of unlinked cases every day. And we thought it'd be a good idea to give our readers some peace of mind and let them know that, yes, we may have 100 plus unlinked cases at the time of reporting, but most of those cases have in fact been linked, and you don't have 100 cases walking around in public that we've not been able to link.